A guy picked up a thick cable, and before he could react, the woman plugged it straight into his back, instantly flooding his body with dopamine and making her feel an intense wave of pleasure. So she casually pressed the power button on the VR console to start her motion-based game. But just as things were about to kick off, her body suddenly froze and she lost all control. Panic hit fast, and the guy frantically tried yanking the cable out, yet the harder he pulled, the deeper it went. So with no other choice, he grabbed a small knife and sliced it in half, but the remaining part kept crawling in on its own as her body grew weaker by the second. And if they didn't act fast, she might have been a goner. In a moment of desperation, he remembered. Fire solves everything, so he blasted the console with a flamethrower and boom, it exploded, engulfing the room in black smoke and somehow teleporting them straight into a back alley in China, where old guys were casually playing mahjong like nothing had happened. As the stunned couple stood there, a chef suddenly appeared and served them a bizarre gourmet dish that left them speechless, an $8,000 delicacy that looked more like a dare than a meal. But out of respect, they didn't send it back, even though it made her stomach churn. He braved the first bite, only to find the dish included hairy chicks and a whole bony carp, and just when things couldn't get worse, he found a full set of dentures hidden inside. Ready to confront the chef, he stood up, but the chef grabbed a meat cleaver, so the guy grabbed a fish bone and threw it like a bullet, which actually fired a shot. Though chaos broke out, the locals didn't blink, still eating and playing cards like it was nothing because, surprise, it was all part of the game. The hyper-realistic VR system had them hooked, and she became so obsessed she blew through all her savings just to keep playing, ending up living in a barn. Watching her addicted, he decided to give it a shot too, but his body didn't have a port, and with no money for a real upgrade, he went to a shady black market shop where, for $3, they drilled a port into his back with no anesthesia, terrifying him with a giant syringe, but somehow finishing the surgery before he could even freak out. Not only did they install the port, they also accidentally fixed his bad spine, though now his legs felt a little numb. She sterilized the port, jammed in the cable, and flipped on the console, but sparks flew and the system short-circuited because the cheap interface wasn't compatible. Just then, the shady worker burst in holding a gun, revealing he'd disabled the guy on purpose to steal her original hardware. But before he could act, the guy sprang up and knocked him out cold. They looted the underground lab, bought a legit interface, lubed it up, let it auto-insert, and she plugged him in for co-op mode. But right as they got ready, a tactical soldier NPC jumped out of the game and opened fire on the console. Turns out they were already inside the simulation and couldn't tell reality from gameplay anymore, and unless they found a way out, they'd be trapped in the game forever.